Good morning from Jerusalem. It's a beautiful day. I decided not to work today. I'm actually taking you to two places, but this is the first one. I'm talking about new place. No, it's not new places. It's old places, but they renovated it, and it's going to be lovely to visit it. And they opened it yesterday. Then you are one of the first ever family members who actually saw it. Where are we? Why the sun is in my eyes? For that, let's look at the site itself. Welcome to the walls of Jerusalem. The walls are only from the 16th century, and there's a huge connection to the place that we are heading to. It was built by Solomon the Magnificent. And Solomon the Magnificent, part of the wall that he built on top of the site that we are going to visit. And because of it, because of security reasons, he blocked that place for hundreds of years. Then we just left the west part of Jerusalem, and we are now heading to the east part of Jerusalem. Then let me just put my hat on because it's going to be hot today. It's the beginning of August. We are going to visit Zedekiah, a cave of King Solomon Quarry, which tells us that this is an ancient place, but there are some question marks about who actually built it. What I want you to understand is that we are now in East Jerusalem, very close to so many important places that you can visit at the same time. The first one is Damascus Gate. And from here it will be much better because the view will be better because of the sun location. And let me go to the other side. But it's not the only place that you need to see here if you're already traveling to Zedekiah Cave. Zedekiah Cave. Kings. Oh, look at the bagel guy. The 16th century gate, one of the 8 gates of Jerusalem, but beneath it, right there, you can see an arch. This is 2nd century arch. It's a triumph arch that was built by Caesar Adrian, and he destroyed Israel again and changed the name of Jerusalem to Aliyah Capitolina, and changed the name of Jerusalem to Aliyah Capitolina by his family name, and changed the name of Israel to Palestine. And from that time, Israel and Palestine became to be the same name of the same place. Why I'm actually showing you that road, because that road will take you to another important place, and this is the Garden Tomb. Garden Tomb is the second option of Jesus' tomb. What? There are 2 tombs of Jesus in Jerusalem. If you're already following my videos, you know that there are. One of them is a little bit there, difficult to see it, right there. But this is the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, and the other one is the Garden Tomb, and this is the option from 19th century. You can see the northern wall of Jerusalem. You can see that it's a little bit low here. Then that is why the Crusader entered the city from here. We're going to talk about Zedekiah cave soon. I hope that they will let me enter and take a video of the audio visual show. And this is totally new. I saw a little bit of it, and it's going to be amazing. Then let's hope that I will be able to show it to you. I bought a ticket for the 9 a.m. I think I'm not sure that I'm going to be the only one there, but 9 a.m. It's not so. You see, now I can see 2 people. It's going to be Hebrew, but I will try to translate it to you in English, and I'm not sure that I will be able to take the audio, visual, maybe the symbols of it. All right, what I want you to see here is the Golgotha, Calvary, according to the Garden tomb. You can see the eye. It looks like a skull. Charles Gordon was standing right here in front of Zedekiah cave. He looked at that and said, the tomb of Jesus is supposed to be outside the gate, because the crucifixion is outside the gate as well, because this is the Jewish tradition. Then what you can see here, it's the garden of Joseph of Arimathea and a little bit of the Golgotha, which actually used as a Muslim cemetery now. Then maybe that's right. I'm not here to decide if it's true or not. You have to go there to see it by yourself. Then in that case, before I will enter to the vision, or the vision of Sedekiah, let me talk a little bit outside. It's a 5-acre, around 20,000 meters square, underground malachite limestone quarry under the Muslim quarter of the old city of Jerusalem that runs the length of 5 blocks. It is huge. It was curved over a period of several thousand years, and it remained the largest quarry in Jerusalem from the time of Jeremiah, and actually from the time of King Solomon until now. It runs from more or less the Garden Tomb until the Austrian Hospice. I think if you already visit with me there, then you can understand how important it is. The only original part is the entrance of the cave, because they use it as a quarry. Then now it's actually a huge place. The entrance is beneath the old city walls. You can see it right in front of you, between Damascus Gate. You know exactly where it is. And I didn't show it to you Herod's Gate, which is right there. Then it's about 500 feet, 150 meters is the form. Behind the narrow entrance, the cave slopes down into a vast of 300-foot long auditorium, like a chamber. It's beautiful. You're gonna see it. Drops of water, known as Zedekiah tears, trickle through the ceiling behind the auditorium, and you're gonna see it as well too. Now, malachite stones, by the name, if I ask the Jews and the Muslims what do you think about the name, they will tell you automatically that it sounds like the king. Then it is true. Melech in Arabic, Melech in Hebrew, king, malachite stone, because it was the best quality stones in Jerusalem and used by rich people. And I must say, institute, for example, if King Solomon built his temple, then I'm sure that he will use the best stones. And we know that King Herod used it for sure, because the stones of the western wall is from here. And the last people who excavated or used it for something were the British, the Ottomans, when they built the clock tower on top of Jaffa Gate. Sadly been destroyed by the British, and later on YMCA built one of the rooms there with those stones. It is amazing, isn't it? I love this place. Remember that I say that the Ottomans sealed it. I think you can understand why, because it's actually beneath the wall itself. But in 1854, the American missionary James Turner Berkeley, which is very important figure, and maybe I will make a video about his duty here in Jerusalem. He followed rumors of the caravan near Damascus Gate, and apparently with the help of his dog he discovered the entrance perfectly, and his two sons returned secretly at night time to explore the cave. In the mid-1880s, the cave was occupied by a German religious sect that were eventually vacated. They took them out of here because of many of the group fell here living in a dump, because at the entrance for so many years was kind of a dump. Oh gosh. Then the clock tower was built here in 1907, and from that time no one used it. From 1969, when it became part of Israel, because until 1967 that was part of Jordan. It wasn't part of Palestine. It was supposed to be part of Palestine, but it had been occupied by the Jordanians. And the Jordanians occupied the old city as well in 1948 until 1967, although that place was supposed to be owned by the United Nations. Then let's see if we can enter and show you a little bit of the new visual show, audiovisual show. It's supposed to be spectacular. All around you, beneath you, above you. Are you ready for that? Because I am ready for that. You can see now the cave. It's in English, Hebrew, and I think Russian, and soon, I mean, in the future, you will have more languages like Spanish. Everyone will get headsets. And look how beautiful it is. And this is only the entrance. It took them 4 years to renovate it, and that's why it was closed for so many years. There are very modern air-conditioned restrooms, and I'm not sure that it's air-conditioned, but I'm almost sure that because it's a cave, you don't need air conditioning. It is beautiful, isn't it? Then we will continue later on. In about a few minutes it will be dark, and we will follow the guide, and the audio vision show will start. But I want you to understand that it's such an amazing place, and I've been there. I mean, you can look at my videos of, let's say, 4 years ago, if it's still there, because my YouTube was hacked a month ago, and I lost 6,000 of my videos. I had 20,000 videos. I'm not sure that that video of the cave that I took, I think 5 years ago, is still there. Slowly, I will try to look for it. From time to time, I'm finding old videos that been hacked, and I'm trying to restore everything, but it will take me a lot of time. If you want to help me a little bit, you can donate or support that channel via PayPal or Buy Me a Coffee, which is at the description. And if you won't find it, please send me a message and I will send you the link. It helps me a lot. For example, today I had to work in one of the agencies, but because I wanted to be here together with you for the first time, this is the second day of the show, I decided to buy a ticket and to reach Jerusalem just for you. It might be a little bit difficult for me to speak because of the audio of the, although it's on the, it might be, I don't know, because it's a group, but I wanted to do that because of 2 reasons. First of all, it's the second day that we are doing it. Secondly, it's always will be groups. Then in that case, I'm with a group, then I cannot speak loudly.
סרט. סרט.
It's so beautiful together with a sound that you cannot hear. It's worth it. It starts with a little bit of the history of Jerusalem, and it's beautiful. Worth it, I must say. I'm so sorry that I cannot hear the sound, but you can hear now the people who are carving it, carving the stones from the Jewish temple from the time of King Herod. The sound is amazing, and the tour is worth it. Can you hear it? Because I can hear it in my head. It's so beautiful. Genius work. You must buy tickets for it in advance. And don't miss it. This is the auditorium. And look how beautiful it is. We are building now the temple from the time of King Solomon or King Herod. Yachin and Boaz. The music is amazing. Sorry, I'm so sorry they cannot hear it. Now they're talking about Jeremiah and the destruction of the city in the Babylonian time. And according to tradition, it ran to Jericho through that cave. It was catched by the Romans, and they killed their children and blind the king Zedekiah, the last king of David dynasty. I can hear now the horses of Sedekiah running into Jericho. It's, I will say it again, worth visiting. That's the eye of Zedekiah that was blinded by the Romans, by the Babylonians, sorry. by the river of Babylon. And I'm showing you only a few parts of it because they have rights for it. Don't want to destroy your surprise. A mysterious passage. Yes. We're going back to the time of King Herod. The Freemasons used that cave as the center for many years as well. Such a beautiful, and I'm going to say it again and again, I've been here so many times, but I think what they did now is beautiful thing. It's very easy to understand. The English version is beautiful. The modern city of Jerusalem is in front of you. The old city is in front of you too. It's just a beautiful city, center of my heart, and you can see how beautiful it is. Behind every wall, every stone, there's a story, a secret is said, which is true. The only problem is they didn't talk about the Muslims, they didn't talk about the Christians here. It's mostly about the Jewish history of Israel. And the future is us. This is our future, our stones, our story that is written right now together with you. Peace of Jerusalem, prosper of love, which is true. Wow, that was nice. Done. The only thing that we can do now alone is to visit the spring here, and we call it Sedekiah Tears. Then the story is about the history of Jerusalem according to the quarries here. Remember, the temples were built from here, and Zedekiah was here according to tradition. Then, in that case, it is a beautiful journey. But if you're a Christian, you won't find the word Jesus, or if you're a Muslim, you won't find the word Allah or Muhammad. But I can understand it because it belongs to the kind of religious organization, a Jewish religious organization running by the government, and it is beautiful. I must say, it's worth visiting anyhow. And here it is. Now let's show you the spring, and from there we will continue. I hope that you're gonna love it because there's a big part, 6 minutes without music at all. But I try to talk from time to time. Then I'm even afraid to listen to that because I don't know if the quality is so good or not. And please tell me that. Oops, here it is. see it a little bit? Thank you. You see a little bit of it. You see the spring. I think it's worth it. It's not part of the tour, but he let us visit it, and we did it. I'm going to take a picture of it, and I will let him take a picture of it too. Just a moment. Dan, thank you for visiting with me for the first time, together with me, because it's my first time as the audio vision. And it was lovely, isn't it? Then subscribe my channel, be part of my family, and send it to everyone who are going to visit Israel soon and wants to enjoy that as well. See you in my next video. Bye bye. Let's go out together because it's beautiful. Outside now it's 35 degrees, around 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Here it's cool, no air conditioning, my friends. And grottos. People use grottos a lot. And I think now, if you will be there, you will understand it. It's so cool now. It's like winter in Israel, which is not bad at all. Such a beautiful cave. Such a beautiful cave. Sedekiah cave next to Damascus Gate. And the garden tomb. Totally worth visiting. Now let's go together. Let's go out together. If you want to have a wedding here or a festival, you can come to here, you can rent that place. It's just so beautiful. I'm saying it too many times, huh? But it is. All right, you know where the exit is. It's like a round tour. It takes around 45 minutes. Thank you very much for visiting with me, Zedekiah Cave, King Solomon Quarry. Bye-bye.